What's up, guys? I'm going live here to do a dual live with Vader Baseball or Brance Rodriguez. And yeah, we're going to kind of do a little interview with him and share his story and his journey so far. These are some cards that I recently made for him. So yeah. All right. If you want to join in, we're going to go dual live here shortly. If you look outside, we got a bunch of snow out there.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good. How about you?
I can't complain. We got a lot of snow here. Here, I'll show you this quick. We just got a bunch of snow in the last 2-3 days here, and you can see it all right there.
A lot.
Yeah, not as much as you guys, huh?
Probably not.
Yeah, I know you guys got a little bit of snow in Texas, but I know a little bit of snow is probably pretty crazy for you guys. Probably don't have all the snow plows and stuff like we have. All right, man. I'm gonna get right into it. I got a few questions for you that I think you looked at ahead of time. So I'm gonna basically get right into the questions for you. Yeah, let me just get this down there. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay. So the first question I have for you is tell me a little bit about yourself, like where you're from and what you kind of enjoy doing with your life right now.
I live in Pflugerville, Texas. I like to play baseball and play with my friends.
Nice. Do you like school or no? pretty pretty typical answer, I'd say. How long have you been playing baseball for?
About 6 years.
For 6 years. So how old were you? Like 3 or 4?
9, 8, 3, I think.
Around 3 years old. And who got you into baseball? Was it your dad, your family? Why did you want to do baseball?
I think it was my dad.
Okay. Did your dad ever play a little baseball, or did you just enjoy the sport?
He played baseball. And
He did play. Okay. Um, let's see here. What team do you currently play for right now?
CPS Legends.
The Legends? And is that like an organization? Do you know, did someone create it, or
Yes, I think so.
you're not really sure? That's okay. Um, what's a typical day like for you? Whether it's playing baseball or going to school, what's a typical day like for you generally?
Going to school, and when I come back, I usually have to go to the gym, and then I have to go to basketball practice.
Okay. Um, so you actually train, doing like the weightlifting and stuff. I know your mom does a lot with that because I follow her Instagram. You don't see that a lot with younger kids like your age. Do you like doing it, or is it challenging for you?
I like doing
Yeah. Now, how often do you work out during the week?
it. 2 days a week.
2 days a week? Yeah, that's pretty good for someone your age. No, you're 9 years old. So that's not too much. So it's not going to be too much on your body. So that's pretty good. When I was your age, I didn't do any of that type of stuff. So you're already way ahead of me. um, when did you first hear about Kicks Clothing? Do you remember?
From my dad.
From your dad? Yeah, I remember. It was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I think your dad emailed me about getting some stuff for your older brother. And is your dad right there with you?
No.
No, he isn't. So I wonder, maybe he's watching right now. If you want to comment, if your dad's watching, he might be watching right now. Do you remember how you found Kicks Clothing? And this is to your dad. He's probably watching the chat.
He's right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember how you came across what I've been doing?
Yeah. I mean, I was on the Instagram and I kind of saw some. I think it was the first one I ever saw was Joey Baseball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, man, that's a really cool thing. And so I sent you a couple of photos of his older brother Jace, and you made some shirts for him. And then he came along, and he's gotten a little bit more of a bonus package, obviously, with everything that you've made for him. So, and Vader loves when he's got stuff coming in. He really looks forward to it. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's cool for me. I mean, I've been doing this for a little over 10 years now. So, I mean, even before Brance or Vader, you were born. So I've been doing it, and I really started it for myself, and I wanted to have a logo for myself, like the Jordan brands, but as a baseball pitcher. So, and I called it Kicks because of the high leg kick that I had in pitching. And then, of course, a lot of people came to me when I just started doing it on the side saying, well, I don't really do baseball, but I do soccer, or I do lacrosse or football. Could you do that? And so it really started branching out to other things. And now it's just become, as you see behind me, I've done probably one of everything. And it's just the power of the internet now. It's been really cool for me. And it's cool to be able to go live with you guys and kind of share your guys' story a little bit, and just kind of be a part of your guys' life a little bit more than just making stuff and being hidden behind a screen here in New York. But yeah, it's just really cool, and I always look forward to making stuff for you guys. It's one of the more highlight things for me, because I'm not always doing like the custom logo type stuff. I do like some corporate stuff and stuff for like College of Nursing and walk runs and different things, and that's probably more of a money maker for me than this stuff. But I still do a lot of this niche type stuff, and I've always made sure that I continue to do it because it's what makes me unique. So.
Yeah, well, he loves it, and I know, especially the latest shirt that you made for him, which was one of his favorite items. You want to hold that up, Vader? When he opened up this shirt here, like you saw his reaction in the video. He wasn't expecting this shirt, so he was extremely excited for that one.
Yeah.
And then he still it was maybe a year ago that you made his school backpack. Hold that up for Vader. And he still uses it for this school year, and he loves it. I mean, he enjoys taking it and carrying his logo around and everything like that. So those are two of his favorite items that you've made for him so far, along with of course, the baseball card that just came out. Of course, he was all excited and ready to sign them and everything.
Yeah.
And then he's going to get some signed and get back to you here in a couple of days.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I appreciate it. And with the pandemic and stuff, I don't know if Fred, if you collected baseball cards at all as a kid, but I definitely did in the 90s, and obviously that was known as the junk wax era because they just printed so many.
Yeah.
But it's seemingly with the pandemic, I think some nostalgic type things like sports card collecting are coming back, and I've kind of got back into it. And a couple months ago, I was like, you know what, this trade company that I work with, they can do trading card, they can print trading cards. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to start bringing this to some of my clients and people that I've done work with, and just see if they want to do like a small run, you know, something kind of cool like you see with some of these trading card companies like Topps, where they do a, you know, one of 100, and you autograph them, and then maybe you can, I don't know, you could use it as a fundraiser or something, you know, cool like that. But it's just another thing that, you know, I can now offer people, which is pretty cool, and it's perfect for baseball.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, Brance, do you collect cards at all?
Yes.
Tell me you just got some for Christmas.
Yeah, I got some cards for Christmas.
That's cool. Do you have a favorite team or player that you like?
My favorite team is the Dodgers.
Okay.
Favorite player is Fernando Tatis.
Okay, that's a good one. Now, do you think MLB will have a season this year?
Hopefully.
Hopefully they do, but it's looking kind of iffy right now with, I mean, the play, I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen, but I don't think that baseball could really afford to not have a season.
Right,
so,
and we had plans. We were going to take the boys, my wife and I were going to go along the Arizona line and watch some of the spring trainings and catch a bunch of teams going to different, but we just talked about it last night, and we're like, yeah, we may have to push it to another year or two, because it doesn't look like they're going to.
Yeah, I would guess that I think they'll figure something out, because they just, like I said, can't really afford to not have one. But it's just, obviously people are waiting, and I don't know. Do you know if, say, MLB doesn't have a season, can like the minor leagues still play? Do you know that? Or
I do not know, but I do know that they're trying to convince ESPN to, if there's no MLB, to show more college games and stuff like that. So
yeah,
there is some baseball, because obviously college baseball will still go on. So, but I don't think that minors can play if there's no negotiations or contracts. You know, if there's no agreement between.
yeah.
So
it's like almost, it'd be like they were in the pandemic again.
Right.
I've done some work for a lot, some families over the years. Now, some of these kids and their families have gotten older, and some of them have gotten drafted. Here, I'll pull a couple things I want to show you guys. So this is, I did this a couple days ago, but this is Levi Kelly, and I did some work for his family probably in like 2016, 2017, probably right when I was starting to talk with you guys. And Levi went to IMG Academy in, was it Florida? Or
yeah, Florida. Mm-hmm.
And he was a pitcher. He could throw up to probably almost 100 miles per hour max. Like, he probably averages around 90, 94 to 95. But he's in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization. I'll send you, I don't know if you guys follow him or not, but I'll send you his Instagram handle so you can follow his journey. And him and his dad post up stuff, but he ended up signing this card from Perfect Game and sending it to me probably like three years ago. So it was kind of cool to have that. And then I'll show you guys this. I don't know if you've heard of Anthony Volpe.
Mm-hmm.
He's out of New Jersey, and this is he was a top prospect, and I did some work for some edit work, and I did an edit for him probably in like 2014. So it's crazy. And then he so happened, he got drafted a couple of years ago and is like one of the Yankees' top picks. So it's just kind of cool, to have some of those stories. And you know what? Not everyone's gonna make it. You never know. You got to keep grinding away. But here and there, it's just, I think ultimately it's about the story. That's why I'm here on this, just sharing your guys' story, and it's just fun.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he enjoys it, and like I said, he enjoys everything that is made for him. And I, make the mistake of telling him like, "Hey, Mr. Paul's going to be making this for you," and so every single day, it's like I should tell him like, "Hey, it's going to be a couple of weeks," but I think even if I tell him a couple of weeks, he'll still every day, "Has it come in yet? Has it come in yet?"
Yeah, it's crazy. We're in an Amazon-driven world now, so you can order, with a click of a button and get it in 1 to 2 days now. And I'd say I'm usually fairly pretty quick, but it usually will take me a couple weeks for stuff because it's a whole process to order things and then getting it lined up with all the other work that I have. But yeah, I actually ordered another card off Amazon from this company in Tennessee, and they shipped it in like January 20th, and it's still it said like tracking said like was in transit, and then just yesterday, well, I emailed the guy and I'm like, yeah, I don't think this card's gonna be coming to me. So he's like, yeah, I'll send you another one, whatever. I'll just send it the same way. It usually is fine. So just yesterday, like evening, he emailed me and said the other card is like now showing signs of life as far as coming to me.
Yeah.
It's only going to take a whole month to get to me. But what?
We had a lot of that. Had a lot of that with the Christmas gifts that we ordered and so forth. So
Yeah, I've been lucky for the most part with shipping. I ship USPS and it's usually very good, and I've never had really too much issue. And a lot of times it's crazy. I'll ship stuff out locally here in Syracuse, New York, to a town 5 miles away, and it'll take 2 to 3 days to get to them. And I'll ship to you guys, and it'll take 2 days to get to you, because I think here it has to go to different hubs, and with if I send to different states, it goes directly from the airport to like I think maybe right to your post office. So it's crazy.
yeah.
Here's a question that I have for you. Why is your nickname Vader?
Oh yeah. Good.
My brother wanted to name me Darth Vader, because he loves Star Wars. But instead,
so your brother gave you that nickname,
mm-hmm.
and it stuck. Do you like it?
Yes.
It's unique. I've never I've never heard that one before. Do you like this? Have you seen all the Star Wars movies or no?
No.
That's funny. And do you have any interest to watch any of them? Or?
Not really.
Now, have you guys watched any? Fred, have you guys watched any of the Star Wars movies?
Yeah, and it was his brother, and it was funny because Laura was 8 months pregnant, and Jace was watching Star Wars Empire Strikes Back and all them back to back every single night. So when we just had that conversation, like, hey, what should we name? What should we name? And then we just looked at him, Jace, and said, hey, what do you want to name your brother? He goes, Darth Vader. And my eyes lit up, and my wife, Laura, looked at me and just immediately said, absolutely not. And but I said, his nickname's going to be Vader. And so he was named Vader when she was 8 months pregnant, and that's kind of out in the baseball community, no one knows his real name. Vader knows him as Vader. At school, he goes by Brance, obviously, but yeah, out in the baseball community and out in the streets, everyone just knows him as Vader.
That's cool. Now, I know you said you had first heard about me through Joey Baseball, and that's kind of a cool story. I think they found me on Instagram, and I actually met Joey and his dad in Cooperstown when they came to play at Dreams All-Star Village.
Yeah.
And it was in the summer, a few summers ago, and it was really cool to finally meet them. And I'm actually only about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Cooperstown, so I don't know if you guys have seen. made some trips, multiple trips down to see people. So hopefully you guys can, you'll be making it down there in 2-3 years, and I'll be able to meet you guys in person. And yeah.
Yeah, that's the plan. Jace was supposed to go a couple years ago when they were 12U, but then obviously COVID pandemic, everything got shut down. And then his GPS organization, they plan, his team that's been together for about a year or two, is our plan is when they're 12U to make that trip to Cooperstown to play.
So in a couple years.
Yeah, a couple years. They're 9U right now, so 3 more years.
Nice. Yeah, and I've actually, this past summer, I went down, I think 3 or 4 times, and I brought my brother with me, and he does some video taking and some drone. He flies drones actually, and it was cool. He kind of documented the whole process, the whole experience, and then we got some drone footage. And I don't know if you guys saw any of it. I posted them up on some YouTube videos, and it was just really cool. And hopefully the plan is to continue to do that too. And then hopefully it's something kind of fun for you guys too, to have and look back on as well.
Absolutely. Looking forward.
Let's see here. So you said one of your favorite things is the new shirt and the bag. That bag is actually really cool. The thing, I do a little bit here and there with embroidery with hats and stuff, but it gets a little more challenging because I don't necessarily have the equipment. So I work with a couple companies, and the cost can be kind of tough with setups and different things. So I appreciate you for helping me with that. But I mean, once you have it, I mean, that's just so cool to see him decked out in his stuff, and to be able to do hats and provide that. So, but the next question I have for you is what do you like / enjoy the most about having your own VB32 brand?
Getting stuff made for me.
Getting stuff made for you. Yeah. Why did you want to have your own brand? I mean, was it more your dad, or did you see someone out there, like a player that had something like, a logo, or why did you want to create your own thing?
Like when you saw Jace, right? You saw Jason. Stand by.
Because my brother had
Okay.
one.
Yeah, it's cool. You're seeing a lot with MLB now. A lot of some of these players now, like a Bryce Harper, he's got his own, brands and custom cleats and stuff like that. So it's cool for me to be able to bring that to the younger generation and allow anyone to really have their own logo and brands. So hopefully we can keep this going and get you big when you go pro, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you guys still have any snow on the ground in Texas, or did it all melt?
It's pretty much all melted. It's just a little bit of ice around. So
I showed him earlier on the live how much snow we have here, and I don't know if you saw, but I actually went yesterday with my brother and friends. We went to a place called Tinker Falls, which is about I don't know, 25 minutes away from where I live, and it's a lot of wooded forest area. It's beautiful, and the falls area was all frozen over. And when we walked up there, there was people literally ice picking, climbing the falls. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I would never do that. But they had all the harnesses and they had the safety lines and stuff. But yeah, it's beautiful up here. So I'm in central New York. We call it central New York. So a lot of people will think, you're from New York, you're in New York City. But no, I'm in more mid-state, upstate New York. And not so many people as New York City. So.
Yeah. And so you go to like a lot of Syracuse games, correct?
A little bit here and there, like Syracuse University.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit here and there. I'll go to some football games and basketball. I honestly would rather enjoy it with my family at home. It's just with all, especially the regulations and stuff up here in New York, it's hard to get into games. You have to have provide all these things. But we're definitely diehard. We enjoy our Syracuse sports, and we're hoping Jim Boeheim retires soon, though.
That's funny. Well, the Big East isn't what it used to be.
Well, they're not actually in the Big East anymore.
Oh,
They
in the
are in the ACC, so that's been big for football, and football has just been kind of a disaster. And a lot of people, give their opinions, but it's just hard. We're up here, and I always tell people this: it's just hard to recruit. Like, why do players, student athletes want to come up here and play when they can go to Texas or Florida or Alabama and play at these giant stadiums with all these fans? The dome's cool, but it's I don't think it's quite as exciting.
You have a question for Mr. Paul?
What's your favorite baseball team?
So, honestly, growing up, I actually like the Pirates, and I like the Pirates because my favorite player was Jay Bell. Fred, I don't know if you remember him, but we actually, when my brother Ed and I were younger, I'll pull this up. I've been getting back in some card stuff, and I did a little card break a couple days ago, and so I opened up some packs live on it. It's on my page, but I ended up pulling this card. That's a J Bell 92 Fleer, and that was like, for at least my memory. If my memory serves correct, I remember going with my mom, and she got my brother and I like some plastics packs of these cards, and I just saw his card. I'm like, yeah, that's my favorite player. So the Pirates were actually pretty good for a while. I mean, I was still fairly young, but they had Barry Bonds and Bobby Bonilla, Jeff. I mean, they went to the NLCS for a couple of years and lost to those good Braves teams. But and I just followed Jay. He got traded around a little bit with Kansas City, and then the Diamondbacks, where he scored the winning run against the Yankees in 2001. With the Diamondbacks to when they beat the Yankees. So that was cool to see him do that. And now I think he's just kind of coaching. So, but once he kind of I was more of a player guy over a team guy. My brother Al's a huge Red Sox fan. So I kind of got into Red Sox a little bit as of late because of the whole push when they went to the World Series. They came back and defeated the Yankees after being down 3 games, which is unbelievable. And I have some family that lives in Boston. So right now I would say I'm kind of a Red Sox fan, but I'm not a diehard really anything. So, Brance or Vader, one of the last questions I had for you as well was, what are your hopes and dreams / goals as you continue to get older?
Make it to the MLB.
You want to make it to the MLB? And do you prefer a team to play for?
Maybe the Dodgers.
Maybe the Dodgers.
Well, what else? You also had two other things, not just to the MLB, but
to make it to an All-Star game and try to get an MVP award.
Nice. And then, as far as your goals for maybe this season, do you have any major goals for your team this year?
I'm gonna try to get a home run.
Nice. Over the fence?
so that's what all the weightlifting is for.
Are you So are you in coach pitch still, or are you doing? Are you guys pitching now?
We're pitching.
Oh, nice. That's cool. I think that's about it for my questions for you. Um, do you have any more questions for me?
I have one more.
Okay.
What made you start kids clothing?
So I touched on it a little earlier, but growing up, I always loved baseball and I loved like drawing and art. And so, yeah, I decided to combine the two after college. I went to college up here in Rochester, New York at RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology. And yeah, I wanted to, when I was still in college, I interned at Reebok, which is a clothing brand. I'm not sure if you've heard of it or not, but I interned there and I was hoping to go back and work with them, but it didn't end up happening. But while I was interning in 2007 at Reebok in Massachusetts, I played in a baseball league in Massachusetts, and my uncle took this great picture of me pitching, and I had a high leg kick. Let's see if I can pull it up quick. And here it is. You can see it right there. See it?
Yes.
So that's the logo there is actually me, and that's why I called it Kicks. So once I saw that, I was like, you know what? I gotta make it into my own logo. So I worked with some computer programs and went in and traced around the photo to make the logo, and then I called it Kicks because of the high leg kick that I had, and I put the silhouette in the other K spot, which is kind of unique too. So if you look at like your shirt sleeve, you'll see in your logo that with the kicks on the side, you'll see I put your silhouette in there, it makes it even more custom and unique to you. So yeah, I've done tons of logos over the years. You can see behind me, and I know I've sent you some business cards as well over the years. Hopefully, there's maybe a few that you're featured on. And yeah, I try to do like a new business card every like 6 months with featuring different logos that I've created over that time span. So yeah. Any other questions or anything that you want to share?
For fun.
What'd you say?
What do you like to do for fun?
I like to hang out with a few of my friends, probably just like you. I like to go running a little bit. I used to run cross country in high school, so I'm actually going to go running a little bit later today out in the snow, which is crazy, but that helps kind of like keep me in shape a little bit, and it frees my mind. So, but beyond that, I honestly like doing this a lot, even though it's work, but I like doing stuff like what you got on, making logos and looking at different graphic works and looking at different businesses and what they're doing. I also really like doing what we're doing now, which is sharing stories and telling people stories, so that they can kind of have that and look back on as far as documentation, and then so other people can kind of get a chance to hear your story. So yeah, those are a few things.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right, you guys. That's about it from my side. Do you have anything else you want to say or anything like that?
That's it.
Let's go Vader baseball. All right. Well, I know Fred, I know you're back there. And Brance, Vader, I appreciate you guys for taking some time and doing this with me. And I'm gonna save this up and I'll put it on my page, and then I'm gonna save it as well and put it on my YouTube channel, so you'll be able to always have that and look back on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. And hopefully in the next 2-3 years, I'll be able to see you here in New York for Cooperstown, and who knows, maybe I'll make my way out to Texas a little bit and maybe hang out with you guys. I have a few connections. I mean, it's crazy. There's a few states that I really ship a lot to, and it's California, Texas, and Florida. I would say those are the big ones. So I appreciate all the work that you guys have allowed me to do, and I always have a ton of fun with it, and I'm always trying to dream up something new and innovative for you guys. So.
Well, you do. You come up with great ideas, and we love it. And yeah, definitely, if you're here in Texas anywhere, let us know, especially if you're in the Austin area. We can meet up somewhere, and we'll definitely keep in touch for the next couple of years, and hopefully we make that trip to Cooperstown and can see you then.
Yeah, it's been fun for me even before the pandemic. I've been connected with a lot of people online, and so I've kind of created trips for myself to meet different people, whether it's right here in New York or Cooperstown, or I went to Philly a few times to meet up with some people. So maybe we'll be in touch, and maybe I'll come down to Texas. I've never been there, so it'd be a good excuse for me to come down, and I think it'd be a tax write-off for me. So.
Exactly. We have to think.
But I'll lastly leave this. Vader, I got a little surprise for you that's going to be in the mail. I'm going to put it tomorrow. So I know the cat's out of the bag, but I'm sending you a couple more items. And they should get to you in a couple days. So I'm going to put it in the mail tomorrow, and I'll make sure to go to the post office, and it should get to you hopefully by like Wednesday or Thursday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So you'll have like a shirt for or a few items for like every day now. So, all right. Well, thanks again, and enjoy the rest of your day. And one last question for you guys: do you care about the Super Bowl? Who's your Super Bowl pick? Rams or Bengals?
Who you got? Rams or Bengals?
Bengals.
Okay. Fred, what about you?
I'm a die-hard Cowboys fan, so it's been a rough
boy
ride, but I'm sticking to them, and so I just hope it's a good game. But the only team I ever cheer for are the Cowboys, and that's.
You know what? I've talked to a bunch of people this year. I don't get into the NFL a lot, but this year I kind of have. I just think that it's been an exciting year for football with the NFL. There's so many exciting teams, even like the Lions, who didn't win too many games but lost a lot of close ones. Every team made it interesting. There was nothing ever guaranteed. And you look at the Cowboys, they started off the season almost beating Brady and the Bucs, and that was a great game. And I mean, every game you watched was exciting. And unfortunately, it's just so hard to win. I mean, we have diehard Bills country up here. And let me tell you, I don't know if you watched that game.
That game was insane.
It was just unfortunate that the Bills couldn't get the ball back, for another. But I think that was just. I mean, those teams were just so equally matched, and it's just unfortunate that the Bills couldn't pull it out because the struggles. The Bills haven't won a Super Bowl yet, so.
They lost to the Cowboys.
So, but I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I got Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's gonna be a great game. So.
Yeah, Lauren loves Joe Burrows now. So.
I'm actually a big Mac Jones fan, believe it or not. People hate me for it. I did a whole shirt for him, and I've kind of got into it. But like I said, I think the NFL's been, even with not only NFL, but it's just when you look at like MLB and the NBA and all these, whatever, soccer. There's just a lot of. It's the next generation of athletes coming through. You're seeing a lot of guys retiring, but these athletes, it's crazy. They're coming in right away, and they have a huge impact on their team. So it's been exciting. But okay, well, once again, thank you for coming on with me, guys. Brance, Vader. Have a great rest of your guys' day, and have fun at school.
All right. You too. Thanks, Paul. Thank you for everything.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, guys. That's it. Thank you for joining in. I'll post this up I'll post it up on YouTube as well. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do more of these type of interviews and stuff with other families and athletes that I've done work for. But thank you for joining in, and stay tuned for more. Peace.